Hello, hello. Welcome back to the weekly Monday Motivation Podcast, No More Excuses. I am Sandi Ballard, your host, the Badass Business Coach, because I help people realize their badassness, even myself sometimes when facing some challenging times, when shit goes sideways, because last few weeks, evidently, there's been a podcast error. I believe YouTube has worked properly, but the rest, it didn't matter what platform, what app you used, something was screwed up. So I appreciate all the listeners who reached out to me through Instagram, email, Facebook, all that. Appreciate you reaching out and letting me know what your error was. And that helped me figure that out. So it should all be fixed now. Please let me know if you're having any other problems. Message me through your social media, sballard@growingforward.biz, because there's just no way possible I can know wherever. Because sometimes LinkedIn randomly unlinks itself from Libsyn where I upload the podcast. So what the hell is that? I don't know. Anyway, last week, all right, if you have not caught up and listened to them, go back where shit went sideways to podcast 196, because 195 was the last one that ran properly. 196, and catch up, because this has been about the end of the year, starting the new year strong, your word of the year, and how it aligns and helps you make decisions, stay on track, and get back on track when shit goes sideways, because it will. It's not if, it's when. All right, and as I've shared, my word of the year is elevate. My phrase, my mantra, my motto, all of this. It's, I will elevate everything and everyone that is in and comes into my life in a positive manner. All right. So how is that? How's anything that comes into my life or an opportunity that presents itself or I find, how would that help elevate my life, my world, a client's world, my child, my man candy, anything? I have to make sure it's aligning with my goals and it resonates with my word. All right. And for you guys, it's time to check your progress and see, does your word align with your goals? How does it? And now looking forward, you have the tools to have a kick-ass year because you have your goals, you have your action steps, you have your word, right? No more excuses. This is going to be your best year yet, and you're going to be totally badass. You know, to face your biggest challenges, to realize you're not alone. All right? Since we've been, here in all this stuff with all the challenges and all the shit that we've, had throughout all our lives, haven't we always been amazed at how the younger kids, just seem to have no fear? And since we've been here in California 3.5 months now, 4 months, I see these little kids running to the beach in their wetsuits with surfboards, and I'm like, where the hell are the parents? And sometimes, depending on the age, their parents are there. But we're watching this, so we were there on Saturday, and there was this family there, and they're taught at such a young age to respect the ocean, have no fear. And when we were there on Saturday, like I said, there was a family there, and a little girl about 7 years old, a little boy about 5, mom and dad, and a baby. No, the baby was not in the ocean, but we did see one that was in the ocean. It was quite cute. But it was so amazing. I was just enthralled with watching her. And so the podcast image today is her out in the ocean. And while the dad worked with the 5-year-old son and would help him, early, pushed him on the surfboard and helped him learn how to stand up, this little girl, a little bit of a thing, was out catching waves, and it was freaking amazing. It was so crazy, and it was totally badass. And we tend to lose some of our badassness. We worry about what others think, if we're offending people, how we look, sound, if we're doing the right thing. And so much shit and head trash kills our childlike behavior. We no longer have as much fun and show respect that we should, and we're not nearly as badass as we need to be. Hence why I say I help people realize their badassness. So this little girl inspired me in this podcast, and I hope it inspires you to find your inner badassness again and let it shine. And that's, again, like I said, it's what I do. And this little girl, she just was amazing. She walked to the edge of the water, stared briefly at the ocean, this vast ocean, and the 12 to 15-foot waves, which was the challenge in front of her. She gave it respect and then jumped in and went at it. She attacked her challenge. So, I've been faced with a lot of shit since this move last August, since we even knew that we were going to move. How much we've gone through the financial bullshit, additional car expenses, additional moving expenses. The end of the year just was full of shit, and we had to face it. And, it's still an amazing move. I'm still blown away by everyone that helped us. And since we've been here, how many amazing things have happened. Now, my year started with losing my hard drive on my computer and having some, Tad had some health issue. He got a really bad cold. So, you have extra expenses like that. Well, those were in my 12 to 15 foot waves. I faced these challenges. We asked for help when I could. And it's all about moving forward, showing respect, and moving on. So, how will you use your word of the year? How will you use your word of the year to face the rest of the year and your 12 to 15 foot waves, right? I know I'm going to revive my inner badassness. I'm going to revive my inner badassness, and I'm going to use my word of the year to help me elevate anyone and everything that comes into my world, into my life, and I'm going to use it to elevate mine as well. So again, how will you use your word of the year to face your 12 to 15 foot waves? I look forward to hearing from you. Ballard at growingforward.biz. Oh, and don't forget, January 28th, 3 p.m. Pacific, 6 p.m. Eastern Time. I'd love to get as many of you on a Zoom call and just chat and ask me questions. Let's meet each other. Let's connect. Let's help each other elevate, right? So message me, or the link for that to register is in the show notes, or again, message me and I will send that link to you. I look forward to hearing from you. Have a fantastic, badass week. Cheers.